Let me introduce myself. My name is Devi Larasati, NPM 234111004, from Class Management 23 Dex. Here I will explain the material, the explanation of occupational health and safety, OHS. Occupational health and safety, commonly referred to as OHS, is an effort carried out to protect workers from risks that could endanger their health and safety while performing work activities. The main goal of implementing OHS is to create a safe, healthy, and comfortable work environment so that workers can perform at their best without fear of accidents or health issues. Occupational health and safety is crucial for all types of jobs, whether in factories, offices, hospitals, construction projects, or even in formal workplaces such as home-based businesses. Occupational health focuses on maintaining the physical and mental condition of workers. This includes various aspects such as ensuring proper ventilation, adequate lighting, appropriate work hours to avoid unhealthy overtime, and the provision of health facilities like first aid kits and access to medical services. On the other hand, occupational safety emphasizes efforts to prevent workplace accidents caused by factors such as heavy machinery, industrial equipment, hazardous chemicals, slippery floors, or even a lack of understanding of safe work procedures. Therefore, it is essential for every company to provide safety training for its employees so they know what to do in emergencies and how to use personal protective equipment, PPE, properly. OHS is not only the responsibility of the company but also of every worker. Companies are obligated to provide a safe working environment, complete with PPE such as helmets, gloves, masks, safety shoes, and other necessary equipment according to the job requirements. Moreover, companies must establish work rules that prioritize safety, such as banning smoking in certain areas, limiting excessive work hours, and ensuring all tools and machinery function properly and safely. Meanwhile, workers also play a key role by following all safety regulations, using protective gear correctly, avoiding risky behavior, and promptly reporting any conditions that might be dangerous. When OHS is neglected, the risk of workplace accidents increases. Examples include slipping on wet floors, electric shocks from exposed wires, exposure to hazardous chemicals, or even fatal accidents leading to permanent injury or death. In addition, a poor work environment can cause long-term health problems such as lung disease, vision issues, muscle and bone pain, and mental disorders due to high work pressure. These conditions not only harm workers but also the company, as they can lower productivity, increase medical and insurance costs, and potentially lead to legal problems if the company is found negligent in protecting its employees. The Indonesian government has established regulations regarding occupational health and safety, such as Law No. 1 of 1970 on work safety, and other related regulations issued by the Ministry of Manpower. These laws state that every worker has the right to protection of their safety while working, as well as physical and mental well-being. Therefore, implementing OHS should not be seen as a burden, but rather as a long-term investment to create a healthy, efficient, and sustainable work system. In practice, Implementing OHS in the workplace also involves hazard identification and risk assessment. This means that companies must actively identify potential hazards in the work environment, such as sharp objects, slippery surfaces, excessive noise, chemical exposure, extreme temperatures, and high work pressure. Once the hazards are identified, the next step is to assess the risks, estimating the likelihood and potential impact of an accident or health issue, and then finding ways to eliminate or reduce the risk. For example, if there is a fire hazard, companies must install fire extinguishers in strategic areas and train employees on how to use them during emergencies. Clear communication systems between workers and management regarding health and safety are also crucial. Companies should be open to receiving reports or feedback from employees about unsafe or unhealthy work conditions. Workers should also be involved in the planning and evaluation process of the OHS system, so they feel valued and responsible for their own safety and that of their colleagues. Active participation from employees in maintaining safety is very important because they are most familiar with the actual working conditions and can provide accurate information about potential hazards that management might not notice. Aside from physical aspects, it is equally important to understand that mental health is part of occupational health. Excessive job pressure, long working hours without adequate rest, and poor interpersonal relationships at work can lead to stress, mental exhaustion, and even depression. Therefore, companies need to foster a work atmosphere that supports work-life balance, provides sufficient break time, and promotes open and healthy communication between employees and superiors. Employee wellness programs such as counseling, group exercise, or stress management training can also be part of a strategy to maintain mental health in the workplace. Pentang juga untuk memahami bahwa K3 tidak hanya berlaku di lingkungan kerja yang berisiko tinggi seperti pabrik, tambang, atau proyek konstruksi saja, tetapi juga sangat relevan di kantor, sekolah, rumah sakit, bahkan toko kecil sekalipun. Banyak orang salah mengira bahwa bekerja di kantor aman sebenarnya karena tidak berurusan langsung dengan alat berat atau bahan kimia. Padahal risiko seperti nyeri punggung karena duduk terlalu lama, gangguan mata akibat menatap layar komputer terus-menerus, atau bahkan risiko kebakaran karena instalasi listrik yang buruk juga bisa terjadi di kantor. Maka dari itu, penerapan K3 harus dilakukan di semua tempat kerja, tanpa memandang besar kecilnya risiko. Selain menyediakan alat pelindung diri APD, perusahaan juga sebenarnya secara rutin melakukan pemeriksaan kondisi alat kerja dan fasilitas umum, seperti tangga darurat, toilet, pengkahan, ventilasi, serta sistem alarm. Semua fasilitas ini harus dalam kondisi baik dan siap digunakan kapan saja. Jika ada alat atau fasilitas yang rusak dan dibiarkan, hal itu bisa menjadi penyebab kecelakaan yang tidak diinginkan. Misalnya, kursi kantor yang rusak bisa menyebabkan karyawan jatuh dan mengalami cedera, atau kabel listrik terbuka bisa menimbulkan kebakaran. Oleh karena itu, penting dilakukan inspeksi segera berkala dan perbaikan secepat mungkin jika ditemukan masalah. Program pelatihan juga menjadi bagian penting dalam sistem K3. Semua karyawan terutama yang baru masuk bekerja perlu diberikan pembekalan tentang cara bekerja dengan aman, cara menggunakan alat pelindung diri, serta bagaimana merespons situasi darurat seperti kebakaran, gempa bumi, atau kecelakaan kerja. Pelatihan tidak hanya diberikan satu kali saja, melainkan harus dilakukan secara berkala untuk menyegarkan pengetahuan para pekerja dan memperkenalkan prosedur baru jika ada perubahan sistem kerja. Bahkan, pelatihan simulasi evakuasi darurat atau penggunaan alat pemadam API bisa menjadi kegiatan penting yang tidak hanya bermanfaat, tetapi juga meningkatkan kesadaran semua pihak tentang pentingnya K3. Good OHS implementation can also add value to a company. To consumers, companies that care about health and safety are seen as more professional and responsible. This can improve the company's image and reputation in the eyes of the public, investors, and potential employees. In fact, in some industries, strict OHS compliance is a mandatory requirement for business partnerships, especially in sectors like heavy industry, construction, oil and gas, and manufacturing. Therefore, beyond employee safety, OHS is also a smart and sustainable business strategy. Ultimately, occupational health and safety is not just about avoiding danger, but about creating a positive work culture based on mutual care and respect. A strong OHS culture cannot be built in a day. It requires continuous effort, starting from leadership commitment, the involvement of all parties, to consistent enforcement and evaluation. Simple actions like wearing a helmet, washing hands, sitting with proper posture, or reminding coworkers to be cautious are essential parts of safety culture. With a high level of understanding and awareness about the importance of OHS, workplace accidents can be minimized, and workers can perform in a safe, healthy, and happy environment. In the end, healthy and safe workers are the key to a successful company. Therefore, let us make OHS a daily habit, not just an obligation, but a genuine act of care for ourselves, our co-workers, and a better future. In conclusion, Occupational health and safety is extremely important and must not be overlooked. By creating a healthy and safe workplace, everyone benefits. Workers can feel more comfortable and protected while working, and companies can enjoy more productive, efficient results with minimal risks. Everyone deserves to work in a safe and healthy environment, and achieving that requires cooperation, awareness, and concern from all parties. So let's work together to keep our workplaces safe, clean, and healthy for a better future for all. That's all my presentation. Thank you.